Hi, friends. Welcome to Article Forever YouTube channel. Let's learn about tribes in Orissa. OrissaEcotourism.com has published this earlier. The antiquity of Orissa is endorsed by her ancient people who continue to inhabit their traditional dwelling places in remote areas in the deep forests and hilly interiors. Steeped in the mystery that surrounds their ancient ways, the Odushan Tribals continue to be a source of deep interest not only for anthropologists and sociologists but also for numerous tourists who flock to Orissa in search of the exotic mystique of this relatively unexplored state. Of all the states of India, Orissa has the largest number of tribes. As many as 62 endogamous tribes have been notified by Government of India. Among these 62 endogamous groups, different sub-tribes maintain their endogamous solidarity. Since the age of Ramayana and Mahabharata, the tribals occupy an acknowledged role, and the Jagannath culture of Orissa is interwoven with the tribal religion, which has given genesis to a paradigm of assimilation. Tribals of Orissa are known as Adivasi, Vanabasi, and Girijana. They are described as aboriginals of Orissa in anthropological literature. The Adivasi, Aborigine, Vanabasi, forest dweller, and Girijana, mountain dweller constitute 22.13% population of Orissa. These tribes mainly inhabit the eastern Ghats hill range in the state, running in the north-south direction. More than half of their population is concentrated in three districts of Koraput, Undivided, Sundargarh, and Mayurbhanj. There are certain tribal groups who are techno-economically backward and are relatively less acculturated. Keeping eye upon their development, Government of India has classified and declared certain tribal groups as primitive tribal groups (PTGs). Low level of literacy, pre-agricultural level of technology, and declining or stagnant population are the parameters on the basis of which certain groups have been declared as PTGs. Though out of 62 notified scheduled tribes, there are 13 primitive tribal groups, namely 1. the Biror, 2. the Bondo Poraja, 3. the Didai, 4. the Dongriya Khond, 5. the Wang, 6. the Khariya, 7. the Kutiya Khond, 8. the Linjia Sora, 9. the Lodha, 10. the Mankidia, 11. the Podi Bhuyan, 12. the Sorar, and 13. the Chuktiya Bhunjia. Hasnan, 1992, Verma, 2002. In the state of Orissa, only 8 scheduled tribes are declared as primitive tribal groups by the Government of India. Those tribes are Wang, Bondo Poraja, Lodha, Didai, Mankidia, Biror, Khariya, and Sora. Linguistically, the tribes in India are broadly classified into 4 categories, namely 1. Indo-Arya speaker, 2. Dravidian speakers, 3. Tibeto-Burmese speakers, and 4. Austrak speakers. In Orissa, speakers of the Tibeto-Burmese language family are absent. The Indo-Aryan family in Orissa includes Dhelki Odia, Mataya, Haleba, Jariya, Sonti, Larier, and Odia, spoken by Bathudi, and the acculturated sections of Bhuyans, Wang, Kond, Savara, Raj, Gond, etc. The Austrak language family includes 18 tribal languages, namely Birija, Parenga, Kisan, Bhumiji, Koda, Mahili Bhumiji, Mirdha Khariya, Ola Gadaba, Wang, Bondo, Dadei, Marmali, Khariya, Munda, Ho, Mundari, and Savara. Within Dravidian language family there are 9 languages in Orissa, namely Pengo, Gondi, Kisan, Konda, Koya, Parji, Hui, and Kurukhoraron. Though the tribes of Orissa belong to 3 linguistic divisions, yet they have lots of socio-cultural similarities between them. These commonalities signify homogeneity of their cultures, and together they characterize the notion or concept of tribalism. Tribal societies share certain common characteristics, and by these they are distinguished from complex or advanced societies. In India, tribal societies had apparently been outside the main historical current of the development of Indian civilization for centuries. Hence, tribal societies manifest such cultural features which signify a primitive level in socio-cultural parameter. In conformity with the origin and growth of post-Gupta temple architecture in India, there are temples at Mahendragiri, Jajpur, Bhubaneswar, and Bankada near Banpur in erstwhile Puri district, now in Khurda district, in the state of Orissa. Besides, a number of sculptural and architectural remains are found in the above places which evidently were early temples in Orissa and which clearly indicate the origin and growth of a separate regional style in ancient Orissa, like that of the early Pallav architecture at Mahabalipuram or early Chalukyan architecture at Aihole, and early temples in parts of north and central India. The economic life of the primitive tribal groups revolve around the forest, and the PTGs of Orissa are not out of it. Forest nurtures their life, and the biotic and abiotic components of forest ecology fulfill their socio-economic, biosocial, religio-cultural, and psycho-social needs. They collect their basic amenities from the forest and their economic life is interwoven with the forest ecosystem. Tribal economy in Odisha is subsistence oriented. It is based on mainly food gathering by way of hunting and fishing. Thus their lives mostly depend on the forests. Even the large tribes like the Santal, Munda, Oram and Gond, who are settled agriculturists, often supplement their economy with hunting and gathering. Many tribes such as the Wanga, Bhuyan, Sora, Dharwa and Bonda practice a system of cultivation what is called shifting cultivation or Poduchasa, which is also known as slash and burn. They select a plot of land and generally on a mountain slope, slash down all the trees and bushes and burn them to ashes. Spreading the ashes evenly over the land, they wait for the rains before planting their crops. After having cultivation for 2 or 3 seasons on one plot of land, since the fertility of the soil gets depleted, the tribal move on. It is a way of their life. Though the tribal economy appears to be shaky, but their culture is maintained to be in its pristine state, which is rich in itself and distinctive. The tribal in a village manage their internal affairs very smoothly through to the youth dormitory is the largest hut in a tribal village. 3 sides of the dormitory are covered with walls and the walls are decorated gorgeously with symbols of the animals. The 4th side of the dormitory is open. By night, dormitory is home to the youth of the village. But the people gather at this dormitory before and after a hard day's work to chat and relax. The council of elders meets here too to discuss matters relating to the welfare of the village. The open space in front of the dormitory is used by the youths and maidens who used to dance in every evening in deserted condition. The tribal culture allows free mixing of the two sexes. Despite their poverty, the tribals of Odisha have retained their rich and colorful heritage of dance and music. Every tribal can sing and dance to the sound of pipe and drum and give tune to impromptu compositions that come to him her as naturally as breathing. The tribals of Odisha observe a sequence of festivals. Some are closed affairs, relating to birth or death within the family or a daughter attaining puberty. Others relate to sowing or harvest time, and these involve the entire community. Mostly in a festival, the tribal used to consume mauva liquor, a game roasted on the spirit, and a night of song and dances partying. But there would be an animal sacrifice too, for the deities and spirits to be appeased first, particularly the malevolent ones, so they don't unleash drought or sickness on the land. Tribals are superstitious people, and the Ojha occupies a position of honor since he not only prescribes medicines for the sick but is also believed to exorcise evil spirits. The Paraja tribe is primarily located in the Kalahandi and Koraput regions of Odisha. Their language is Paraj. They worship numerous gods and goddesses who live in the hills and forests. They love dance and music during weddings. The Sora tribe is one of the most ancient, and they are known for being marathon walkers, expert hunters and climbers. Personal hygiene is of intense importance to them. The Bondos are fiercely independent and aggressive, and continue to practice the barter system of exchanging produce from their fields for their daily needs. Bondo women prefer to marry younger men because they can have someone who will earn for them in their old age. The Gonds are the warrior caste who have traveled the vast tracts of Central and South India. The Arun tribals are economically better placed because of their more progressive ways and interaction with the modern world, in the field of agriculture. Thank you.